trying to reconcile two conflicting stories about the Saudis this week. In one, we have the president's official statement defending the Saudis despite the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, despite the fact that 15 of the 19 hijackers on 9/11 came from Saudi Arabia. And in the other, a new report finds that since 9/11, the number of Sunni Islamic militants operating around the world has quadrupled despite nearly 2 decades of American-led efforts to fight al-Qaeda and the Islamic State. A reminder, the Saudis are predominantly Sunnis, most Iranians are Shia. They're the two sides in the historic Islamic battle over who is the rightful heir to Muhammad that started in the year 632. So it confuses me, not just that the president stands with the Saudis, but that he kicked off his official statement by attacking Iran. He cites its bloody war in Yemen, efforts to destabilize Iraq's democracy, support for Hezbollah in Lebanon and Assad in Syria, and calls Iran the world's leading sponsor of terror. And yet when it comes to Saudi Arabia, which our own intelligence community says is directly responsible for the killing of U.S. resident Khashoggi, the president hedged, saying, quote, "Our intelligence agencies continue to assess all information, but it could very well be that the Crown Prince had knowledge of this tragic event. Maybe he did, and maybe he didn't." The president cites the fact that the U.S. sanctioned 17 Saudis known to have been involved in the murder of Mr. Khashoggi and the disposal of his body. But as I said on Twitter, why is the president willing to rely on the intel pertaining to the 17, but ignore number 18, the Crown Prince? Meanwhile, The Times reported that 17 years after 9/11, militants have steadily multiplied. It cited a new study by the Center for Strategic and International Studies, The Evolution of the Salafi Jihadist Threat. And it includes the lines, quote, "The good news is that there has not been an attack anywhere near the scale of 9/11 in the U.S. since that day, a significant achievement. The bad news is that the ideology that leads someone to fly a plane into a building or drive a car into a crowded sidewalk seems to have metastasized."